Hello everyone. So in this video we're going to learn Rolle's theorem. Okay. So what does it do? Now again, it will tell you the exact number of real roots, which is actually cat is asking. Okay, and it also tells you the roots is either a positive or negative. All right. So guys, what does happen here? Let's say if I take a simple example, a bx cube plus bx square cx plus d. Now this is a cubic equation. So cubic equation का ग्राफ कैसा होता है? कुछ ऐसा. No, it cuts the x-axis multiple times, right? Now, if you look into this, now it can either cut. Let's say if I there's a value m here and there's a value n. Okay, so graph can reach from m to n something like this, or it can reach, let's say, cutting through the multiple times. What I mean is, like, let's say it can go something like this as well, right? So the here is m and n. So the number of times the graph cuts the x-axis, and we all know that is nothing but the roots, right? And the real roots. So if it reaches just in a one time, it's a single real root, right? So if it is cutting multiple times, right, so it is three real roots here, right? And we need to determine that how many times the graph cuts the x-axis, and that is nothing but the Rolle's theorem. Okay, so this is how we need to identify it, right? Or let's say it can be something like this as well, right? So your, again, n is here, or we can say x and y are the two particular value, and I can see that x graph is reaching from x to y through multiple cuts here. And all these cuts defines nothing but the positive real roots, fine. Or it can be something like this as well, right? From moving from a to b, and all these are nothing but the negative real roots. Okay, all right. Now moving to the question directly, so we can apply Rolle's theorem in the direct question. All right guys, so I'll take a basic example here. So example is, let's say a polynomial is given to you. So x cube minus 3x square plus 9x and minus 5, right? So now they are asking you to find the number of real roots. So question is, find number of real roots. Okay, all right. So again, so here you need to do something manually as well, right? Manually matlab you need to check for different values. Now what can be the basic value which you can check? Now let's say this is the graph here, right? And you want to find out the points where this y x cuts the x-axis. Basically the y cuts the x-axis. That's would be basic meaning, right? So what is the basic value we want to try with? X is equal to 0, right? That's a fundamental value everyone tries with. So if at x is equal to 0, I see that this is nothing but minus 5. Okay, and this minus 5 is less than 0, right? So matlab y ka value, so this is nothing but at x is equal to 0, y ka value is minus 5, right? So when I look into the graph at x is equal to 0, matlab this stands something like this right here, right? All right, so I see that the graph is falling in the negative zone, right? So if I try with, let's say, positive 1 pay, I can see that this gives me 1 minus 3 plus 9 and minus 5, which is nothing but greater than 0 for sure. Okay, matlab they are saying that now at x is equal to 1, at x is equal to 1, my graph is lurking something around here. Okay, all right. Now let's try with something 2. Again, at 2 I can see it's definitely more than 0. So again, so my graph is inclining something like this, right? At f is equal to 3, again it is greater than 0, and all the positive value it's going to give me greater than 0. We know that, right? Now if I try for the negative value, let's say if I try x is equal to minus 1, ठीक है, तो minus 1 पे क्या होता है? So minus 1 पे at x equal to minus, I am getting again a negative value, right? मुझे 0 पे negative मिल रहा था, minus 1 पे भी negative मिल रहा है. मतलब ये जो value है, मेरा ग्राफ कुछ ऐसा है, right? At f is equal to minus 2, again it's negative. At f is equal to minus 3, again it is negative, right? So अगर negative value डाल रहे हैं तो हमेशा ही negative आ रहा है, positive value डाल रहे हैं तो हमेशा ही positive आ रहा है. मतलब ये ग्राफ कुछ ऐसा चला रहा है, right? ये ग्राफ कुछ ऐसा जा रहा है. मतलब this graph has cut the x-axis only one number of time, right? Because मुझे और कुछ दिख ही नहीं रहा है. ये नीचे चला आता चला जा रहा है और ये ऊपर चला जा रहा है. right? If you put any positive value here, if you put any negative value here, that is going to always give you either negative or positive. This means that the graph has only cut the x-axis one number of time in order to just climb something like this, right? So the maximum number of real roots, maximum number of real root here is, or you can say exact number or maximum number, anything, is nothing but 1. Okay, so exact number of real root here is 1. Why? Because the graph has just cut the x-axis one number of time. Okay, I hope you guys will be able to make out now, right? Okay, now let's move to the next question. All right, and one more thing, guys, what will be the root here, the negative root or the positive root? Now you guys need to find it out. ठीक है, अब ये ग्राफ कहाँ पे कट कर रहा है? When it comes to the negative zone and when it comes to the positive, you need to find it. Either the graph is going to be negative and positive, and that's a task. ठीक है, if you have a doubt, you can take a screenshot of this on the screen and you can send me out. एक क्वेश्चन और करते हैं. My function is, or my equation is x cube plus 2x square plus x plus 1. ठीक है, that's my function given to me, right? Again, let's put the value here. That's what we have done, guys. Sorry for the voice interruption. I'm just having some issues here. Okay, I hope remaining thing is okay. Fine. So again, let's try with the basic value f of 0. Okay, at f of 0 again I'm having what? The 1, right? So f of x at 1 is going to be nothing but greater than 0, right? At f of 2 again it's going to be greater than 0. At f of 3 again it's going to be 0. So I'm picking up from the basic value. 0 pe more aa raha hai, 1 pe of course it will be greater than 0. So if I look into the graph is lurking something around here again. Okay, now coming down to the negative value, because any value here will give me positive, right? So if I look into this negative 1, in negative 1 also I'm getting greater than 0, right? Okay, so that's interesting. At f of minus 2 again I'm getting, so minus 2 डालोगे तो यहाँ पे तुम्हें नेगेटिव आ रहा है, राइट? मतलब कि at x is equal to minus 2 I'm getting a negative root, right? So इससे पहले मुझे पॉजिटिव ही आ रहा था, right? At x is equal to minus 3 I'm getting again less than 0. At x is equal to minus 4 again less than 0. मतलब in this case also my graph is cutting the x-axis just at one point, and what is that point? Nothing but minus 2, right? So here also you have exactly one real root. Okay, one real root, and what is that real root, guys? This is minus 2 and this is negative real root. This is negative real root. Fine, we're going to see some practice session also in this type of question. You have negative real roots here, remember. So what does the Rolle's theorem tells you? Exact number of real root, okay? And second thing, it tells you that the real root is either negative, okay, or it's a positive. These two things, okay? इससे पहले जो हमने मेथड्स किए थे उसमें हमें बस इतना पता चल रहा था कि कितने रियल रूट्स, राइट? एग्जैक्ट नंबर ऑफ रियल रूट्स कितने हैं, बट इट वाज नॉट, वी वर नॉट एबल टू फाइंड आउट either it's a negative or positive, right? I hope the things are clear, and you're going to see a lot of questions in the practice session as well. So let's wind up here.